Hello there, my beautiful souls. My name's Hunter from Hunter's Healing Heart. I'm a health, wellness, and ascension coach, helping you rise towards your highest frequency, vibration, and truth. And today, guys, is going to be a beautiful video, something that I've had to learn on my journey of love, of healing, of connection, of intimacy. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about love is not to be chased after. You do not chase love. You do not chase love, and more so, why do you love people who don't love you, right? And ultimately, guys, what this comes down to, it's an attachment. It's not love, it's an attachment that is reflecting the patterns within you that need to heal. True love for you guys is divine, and the reason it's divine is because it's guiding you towards relationships to ascend and to elevate. And through this, guys, it's either going to be a divine love because you're healed, or it's going to cause some pain. And that pain is meant to break down some of the walls, some of the illusionments that you have within your vessel to show you higher and higher octaves of love if you're open to surrender, if you're open to receive. And it's not an easy journey, guys. It's very difficult, and you're going to learn so much about yourself, and it is a profound journey. So we're going to attachment, guys, and if you haven't learned about attachment styles, this will completely change your paradigm of who you are, what you're growing, and how you relate to people and how you show up in relationships. So the end goal, guys, is you want someone who's secure. And that means what they've learned is that love is very secure, not only externally, but internally within themselves. Growing up, it was met with consistency. It was met with reliability. It's safe. Love is safe for them. So that means you're secure. That is the end goal of what we're trying to get to. But if you grew up in environments with parents that were hot and cold, emotionally unavailable, or inconsistent, it creates these patterns, and how you showed up in those moments to feel safe within your body will determine if you're either anxious, where your nervous system gets activated, you're unsure, but you're still able to express and communicate. You have a good internal knowledge of your own vessel, or this could lead more so to avoidant tendencies, where you just shut down, you repress, you don't communicate, you push away, and it's more like numbness. And so you have this spectrum, right? And typically when you start chasing love, or you want people that don't love you back, this is going to be more so like an anxious style, right? And with this, guys, part of it is you have to focus on the relationship with your mom and your dad. This is your father and mother wound. How was your relationship with them growing up? Was it built with consistency, with love, with care, with mutual fulfillment of needs, boundaries, and feelings? Or was that shit never fucking talked about and it was very dull? And guys, your parents, they did the best they can with what they knew. I remember in my journey, once I started like healing and learning some of this stuff, I had a lot of anger towards my mom and a lot of resentment. Like, you put these programs in me and I suffered because of it. And it was painful. So you got to let that go and forgive your mom, dad, and focus on healing that, guys. That will be huge key in your journey. Huge, guys. And with these attachment styles, guys, they fluctuate. They move. It's not dynamic, or it's not stable where it's always like, oh, I'm always anxious or I'm always avoidant. Depending on the person you're with, you're going to get a spectrum, but the end goal is to get to secure, guys. So honor the person that you're with. See what side of you comes out with it. And this is all meant for healing, guys. All meant for healing. The people that you are drawn to are meant to evolve. Trust it. Honor it. There's lessons there. There's union. There's growth. There's intimacy. Trust it. So we have the attachment part of it. But the next equally important part, guys, is the relationship towards yourself. The relationship towards yourself, because every single relationship outside of that is a reflection of the relationship to yourself. When you don't have a good relationship to yourself, say you are unconscious, you don't even know, right? You repress a lot, there's a lot of walls and barriers, you're going to attract people that are going to accommodate that are going to reflect that, right? And so the people that start breaking through those walls, that's going to scare the living hell out of you. That's going to freak you out because you're not accustomed to that. And this comes down to, guys, self-love, self-respect, self-worth, self-esteem. And this is an inside job, guys. No external environment is going to do that for you. And if you're lucky, you have good support systems, a great dynamic where they've either given you the tools to do that internally or they do that for you. But that is no one else's responsibility except yourself. And I don't care how destructive your life is or what's going on in your life, that's no excuse for not building and cultivating those to the highest degree and caliber. That is always within your control, guys. And this comes down to programming, creation, affirmations, mirror work, and then taking action for your life, taking ownership and accountability, because it's your sole duty for that, right? It's your sole duty for that. And, we talked about your quality of life support systems. It gets a lot easier when you have multiple outlets for your needs getting met, right? So I have a brotherhood, I have a sisterhood, I'm getting my hobbies filled, I'm getting my passions filled, I'm getting my needs met. I don't have to worry about money, I don't have to worry about food, I don't have to worry about a roof over my head, I don't have to worry about shit breaking down across me. It makes it substantially easier when those things are in alignment. So it is your goal and duty to build that, because it's going to give you a lot of discernment of how you show up in relationships. And some of this, guys, are beliefs too within your headspace, within your mind. One, there is no the one, guys. You're going to have people who you have profound connections with, but you can't linger and stick with one. That creates destruction, and that's no bueno, and abundance, guys. There's billions and billions of people on this earth. And you know what? You got to be able to let go, release. You are going to find another lover, another person, and it could turn out even better, right? It's a gift, their loss, yada, yada, yada. But there are millions of more opportunities and experience out there. But you have to have the courage to let go and trust that there's something better for you, guys. There's something better for you. And, experience helps a lot too. Once you have more experience with relationships, the dynamic, how things start changing and intertwining, and then yourself, guys, how you show up, what are some of your patterns, it's going to allow you to be in a position of truth and authenticity versus unconsciousness. And that will allow your relationship to be much better with yourself. And lastly, guys, you have where you are, but where are you going? What do you seek in relationships? And this is where relationship values come in, right? What do you value in a relationship? And for example, I value clear, concise, and authentic communication, the expressions of needs, feelings, and boundaries within my relationships. So not only am I looking for that externally, but it gives me something to step into. Because attracting, guys, it's not about attracting, it's about becoming. So with these values, it gives you a roadmap externally, but gives you something to strive for internally to make those changes. Your nervous system's like, oh, this is uncomfortable, I don't want to do it. You're like, I must do it, I have to do it. This is what I'm stepping into. And it gets easier and easier and easier as you build those pathways within your body. And another part of this, guys, is with love, there could be an immaturity part to it. There could be an ego part. And this comes with game playing, right? And I used to play games. Oh God. And where game playing comes in, guys, it's insecurity. And so I was so insecure within myself, and I would read people's energy, and depending on what they put out, I would like mimic it, copy it. And when I sensed people would get a little cold, it was all manipulation. It was brutal. And I felt so empty on the inside, and it created so much turmoil because I wasn't living my truth. I was validating my truth. I was modifying my truth based on how someone else would show up. And so I felt empty inside. Absolutely didn't serve me. And guys, relationships, when you own your truth, you don't have to play games. You'll start cultivating abundance, and there's so much freedom in that. There's so much peace in that. And it could be a differential of power. So this could be, you know, the masculine, the feminine. And so through this, it creates like a temptation to chase. Like, oh, this person's more powerful than me, more resourceful, more beautiful, yada, yada. And so it creates that. But if you fully love yourself, you recognize our differences, and we're meant to complement each other. And an illusion of value, guys. And the reason I say an illusion, this comes with time, this comes with availability. And so there's a lot of stuff I see on the dating marketplace, like, don't make yourself too available. It'll ruin the value of it. And it's like, you need to just cut that shit out. Like, live your life, have other things outside your relationship, and just show up. You don't need to make yourself less available. And that way you're in your truth. You're going to attract what's for it, and you're going to repel what's not. And the repel is just as beneficial as the attract, guys. So just get rid of the game playing, be secure in yourself, build yourself up, and all that stuff will start to vanish. And so how do you heal, guys? How do you heal this? One, love and compassion. I know, I could speak for most people, we have done some stupid things in the name of love, right? And a story that comes to mind. Now, I was delayed with relationships. I didn't really start getting into relationships till I was like maybe 25, 26. And a lot of that was my trauma, my wounding on the inside, and my instability. And there was this gal, and man, our dynamic was intense. And I know, and this was our first go around, there was still a little game playing from me. And I sensed that the attraction was starting to fade and diminish, and she was starting to pull away. And so I decided to end things. And intellectually, I knew that was a way to maybe make her start chasing me. And and we had a beautiful phone conversation, just ending it. Like, tears were coming down my eyes. And I saw her again like the next day, and my fucking dumbass, I ran after her. Oh my God, I ran. And in that moment, I felt like just a little boy, a little kid. And I can't imagine how confusing that was for her. Like, I verbally told her, we're done. Let's just kind of be friends. And then I chased after her. Not a proud moment of mine, but I went through it. I'm curious to hear your love story, guys, if you've done some stupid things in the name of love. No judgment, but with this, guys, it comes with love, forgiveness, and compassion for yourself. Go back to all those crazy moments where you chased love, and just love yourself, forgive yourself, and do that for the other person too, guys. It's a valuable mirror for you to grow and evolve and ascend. And then you have to build the relationship towards yourself, right? And I already talked a little bit about this, but make that a priority. God, yourself, and then your lover. This comes to knowing what your needs are, knowing what your boundaries are, having those relationship values, filling your cup up, and it's going to be substantially easier in this process. And focus on your attachment style, guys. You need to start healing that, and a lot of that's core beliefs, and a lot of that is finding role models that'll start emulating that for you so you could see it, feel it, and embrace it. This doesn't have to be like your biological mom, your biological dad. You could do someone who gives you that energy so you could start growing accustomed to it and what it should feel like. And guys, that is it for today. Just know, love, you never have to chase. It is something that is given freely and something that starts coming into your life. Don't chase it. Honor yourself, and it will come to you in abundance. I do offer one-on-one coaching for you to step into your greatness, step into your truth, so we can help heal those wounds. You don't have to chase love. You will be it and radiate it in the right partner who's going to see the fullness of you. Always choose your light and empowerment. It always starts with you. Blessings and much love.